because I'm just going to build it first.
What's up YouTube, it's Chris here, hanging out with Team Name Erased. I'm going to show off a deck profile today. It's my Chronomaly OTK deck profile. It's based around the Machimek Miniguts combo, which you'll see later on in the video. So let's get a look at the vid and let's start with decks. So let's go with monsters. To start off, we'll start with my Chronomalys, which I run in the deck. We run triple Crystal Bones. This is like the Chronomaly's own special Cyber Dragon. When you control no monsters, and your opponent does, you special summon him. Then you get a Chronomaly from your hand or deck and special summon it. Hand or graveyard, sorry. So this can really good for quick XYZ plays or quick comebacks and can set up the combo when you need it. Next, Triple Skull. This guy is my main searcher. Since Sangan's gone, he's now become the main searcher. What he does is, if you control a Chronomaly, you can send him to the graveyard and you can find any Chronomaly monster you want from your deck. I mostly go into the level 5 Mawai, which I will go into in a minute. Next, Triple Golden Jet. He's the level up. He's a level 4 who can level up to level 5 with all Chronomaly monsters you currently have on the field. So any monster that comes on after won't get affected by him leveling up. He's actually my way around Crimson Blader, which I've done quite a few times against people who've played Crimson Blader against me. Mentioned earlier is the Triple Mawai. This guy is amazing. You control Chronomaly, you can special summon him in defense. He's level 5. He's perfect for bringing out quick rank 5 such as Tiras or Dreas or Machimek if I have to go into that sort of play. Next we've got Triple Cyber Valley. I use this just for sheer stall and draw power because this deck can search out my Chronomaly monsters really easy, but for drawing into the Miniguts spell I really just can't get into it quick enough, so I added in a few draws like Cyber Valley, and it's also a good card to stop a battle phase for a round if your opponent's deck doesn't pop much. For the fact that I get over tricky monsters, Grand Mole, self-explanatory. And then double card tripper because I get a draw and I get to mill because this deck can work from the graveyard really well. Onto my spell lineup, we'll start with the main spell, Triple Miniguts. This card is the key card for the OTK. What it does is you tribute a monster you control, then you target an opponent's monster, it will lose all of its attack points, goes straight down to 0, and when it's destroyed and sent to their graveyard, they then lose the amount of attack points their monster had. So for example, if I target Acid Golem, they'll lose 3,000 life points. It's amazing with Machimek. I don't see this card run in Chronomalys. It's Chronomaly Technology. What it does is you banish a Chronomaly from your graveyard. You pick up 2 cards. You send one to the grave and add one to your hand. You can only activate it once per round, and you can only special summon Chronomalys. It's kind of like their Pot of Duality, but with one less card, and you have to send to the grave. I still find it's a really good card and handy for draw power. And then we've got basic staples, Heavy Storm and Dark Hole. Staple for this deck is sort of Foolish Burial because it helps work for the grave, Pot of Avarice, Monster Reborn, and then this deck hates back row, so it's Triple MST because I just hate back row because it slows me down. For my traps, we have Triple Reckless. Good for this deck, especially with what I've got in it, like for monster base like Cyber Valley, Card Trooper, and then Chronomaly Technology. I can draw quite well, so the 2-turn wait for another draw doesn't really hinder me in most duels, so it's a really good card. Double Compulse, just to get rid of cards that I don't like, Zen mains or anything I don't like to fight. Solemn, everyone runs Solemn nowadays. Double Bottomless, just everyone runs Bottomless as usual. And a card I love in this deck is Dark Bread, because I hate getting into my combo and I launch my attack and they stop it with a Mirror Force or any card that stops an attack. This can stop that and I get my attack through and I win. So yeah. For my extra deck, I run quite a few rank 3s, a few rank 4s, and mostly rank 5s and 6. So Leviathan Dragon, basic rank 3, really good for my deck and I can bring him out quite quickly. And it gets a Chronomaly to my graveyard for his effect. 1 Giga Brilliant, this card's again good and it also sort of amplifies my OTK as a restriction. This can get rid of some of it. Really good card too, and it's pretty as an ultimate. Leviair, I banish quite a bit in this deck, so I can get the banished cards back. If I banish like my Golden Jets or my Skulls for Chronomaly Technology, or they are banished, I can bring them back. Really good card. Wind Up Zen Mains, my last rank 3. Great for stalling, great for just putting in defense while I get my hand ready for the OTK. Onto my rank 4s, 1 Utopia. It's Utopia, everyone runs him and he'll be getting reprinted again soon. My Stroke, another brilliant card. And then most people run him, so most people know what he does nowadays. And he's pretty much a level 4 Zen mains with some flippability. Roach, I don't synchro, so this is sort of like my version of Blader, without obviously my without the normal summon. It's a good card. Next, Triple Makumek. This is the key XYZ of the deck. His effect is when a monster's attack points have changed, you activate his effect, detach a material. Your opponent will then lose all of their... It will lose life points equal to that monster's attack points. It will then gain that point loss, and then that's how the OTK works, because you use that powered up Makumek to strike their 0 attack monster with Mini Guts, and then they'll lose life points, and that's the OTK in a nutshell. Crimson Armor Shadow Ninja, number 12. He will be getting replaced soon. I hope to get a Volcasaurus really soon, but he's a good rank 5 to go to when I need him. Tiras. Tiras is just amazing. He's one of my personal favourite rank 5 XEs. He just gets past so much, and the fact that he can't destroy by card effects is incredible. Chronomaly Atlantis. I don't really know what I'm doing with him right now. He's good for the situation, and a 2/6 beater and 3000 defense is nothing really to laugh at. And the fact that it can take a number from my graveyard and half my opponent's life points if I need that, it's always good. Photon Strike Bouncer. This guy's really good for just stopping any effect that I don't like, and he's a good card. Most people run it. I see a lot of people run him nowadays, so you know he's always good to have. Last, I run a lot of rank 5s and 6s, so Gaia Dragon is just a great choice. He's a piercer, 2/6 beat, so I can put him over Tiras when he becomes vulnerable, or put him over Makumek when he becomes vulnerable, or whatever, because Makumek can be targeted with Skull's effect, with Bones effect, who can revive a Chronomaly from the grave. Turns out I can target Chronomaly XYZ, as long as they've been next YZ summoned. I may as well show you the main combo, the combo for this, for the OTK. So we'll have my Bones out, Mini Guts, and we'll take Makumek out of my extra deck. Okay, now what you do is, I'll just get an XYZ material for him. Right. Your opponent must have a monster with 1900 attack points or more. This is how this effect works. So what you do is, you play Mini Guts, you tribute one of your leftover cards, so in this case it was Bones. You target their monster, let's say it's Roach for example. It will lose all its attack points, go down to 0. You activate Makumek's effect, it's detach. They then get burned for 19, he gains 19, so that puts him on 4/3. He attacks. You inflict 4/3 damage, then they lose another 1900 life point damage from Mini Guts' secondary effect. That will end up causing 8/1 life point damage, which is an OTK. Anything less than 19, you won't get an OTK. 18 if you have Giga Brilliant and used Giga Brilliant's effect on Makumek, you might get it off. But otherwise, that's the OTK in a nutshell, and thank you very much. Please subscribe to Team Name Erase. They're a great team, and they're going to bring up a lot of cool stuff soon. So yeah, subscribe and comment if you've got any ideas for this deck. Thank you.